Well, welcome to the video today. This is really a companion video, so it should be very short. I'm just using it to contrast the Moen kind of entry level, the designer level of bars that they make. They have a little end cover that's a little bit fancier, matches the Moen, the rest of the Moen things in that particular bathroom, versus the flat square pancake style that the institutionals usually use, the basic models, the Amazon basics. I think they snap on. I use grabbar.com's. And they twist on, which was one of the real reasons I went with them in the laundry room. Plus, it's just a functional need there, not necessarily a styling thing. And I didn't really care. I just wanted to have at least that tall water closet that does currently exist in that room to be usable. And because it's right off of the garage and it tends to be a dirtier bathroom with dirty hands and that kind of stuff from the running in from mowing and that kind of stuff, or just getting home from a trip, it tends to get dirtier. So I like that kind of smooth finish. I would prefer, other than that, to have the peen for the grip. But it is where it is, and it's just very simple grab bars. I learned some things different on the fastener size between the two. The Moen have bigger holes in their flange. The flange on the Moen is not as thick. The Moen feels a lighter bar. Of course, it is 1.25 inches versus the 1.5 inches that I put in the laundry room. But it does look a little bit better, and if that kind of stuff matters to you, give me your feedback on which one. But they're very similar, and it's just really, I just want to show you the product, let you give me some feedback, tell me what you think. If you're that opposed to the standard kind of institutional commercial look versus this, would you go with something more fancy? Moen, if you want to look at their product line, has a lot of different things. But I learned something about the fastening systems, what does work, what doesn't, the screw hole sizes, the whole 9 yards. Take a look at the video. It should be very short. Sorry, but I have to go Instagram format here to show you this. What do you think? Now this is it's not high price stuff by any means. This Moen Sage down there is a little high because this is a narrow path in between. There's only 3 feet, a little bit plus or minus. But you get an idea of what they look like, the Moen style. And this is the lower end Moen. They have some fancier ones. If you just don't like that, you can have something different. And of course there's the other side. And all this stuff more or less matches, give or take. I don't know if it makes a big difference. If you have a back problem or a knee problem, some kind of hip problem, these things are a godsend. And the thing is, I wasn't smart enough to think about this ahead of time. I had changed the one water closet and not put these in. I thought they were too difficult. I thought I'd have to hit stud and just didn't do it. But you can. Maybe take care of your granny so she can come over and not feel embarrassed to tell you she's a little wobbly when she has to go to the water closet. If you like this content, please go to calldelltosell.com, find the tab that says on YouTube, click it, and it'll open up a page of QR codes. There you can use a smartphone to scan and get to the YouTube page, or you can just mouse over and click it on a PC. There you'll be able to subscribe to this little button over here and click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you. Thank you. Now I showed this to you, I think on the previous video, maybe I didn't, and I don't know if you watched it, but I like kind of patch out a little area, and at least to find the one either the top or the bottom first. But you can do it like this. You can do the 2 patches, draw your little holes, line them up like we did, but I drill a small hole just to make sure I'm within the line and the space, and I try to have it center of this, of the ob-round, and then within the line. And this is a step drill. Some will call Unibit. It's a brand, but it's basically, and I just do this to get it started to help go from that size, that small hole, to that size without losing my center, so that I don't end up with a hollow wall anchor, an 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch off. And then of course here's one that's already been drilled through. This has been pre-drilled with this guy. So we got 3 size holes in that one set right there. So it should help you get your hollow wall anchors, your toggles, in the right spot. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You're wondering, Dell, if these are Moen grab bars, why in the world are you using snap toggles on that wall right there? Fresh dust, by the way. Well, this guy, the Moen Secure Mount, won't work in an insulated wall. you need 3.5 inches, the full stud space for that, for you to get that toggle in. These, I can drill the hole and push them in, and then they work obviously because I've done it. So I do have one thing I want to point out. This is a 3/16. After working with those grabbar.com grab bars, the quarter holes were not exactly a quarter, and I had trouble getting some of the 1/4 inch screws, 1/4 20s through there without drilling out the flange a little bit. The Moens, on the other word, they're actually extra generous. And I actually have to use, now that I've used the rest of the 1/4 20s toggles, I'll have to use the 3/16, and they're a little bit loose, so I'll have to use a washer, stainless washer there on those too, because I'm too short out of that batch. So we'll put it up and we'll be done. And these the covers just snap on. They're a little difficult to get off, but they snap on good. I did mention that you cannot use these in insulated walls, right? Like I have here. This is an outside wall. You've seen the edge of the window right there. The other thing I want to point out that you may not think about is if you have a foamed wall, like a lysine foam or AB foam, whatever brand you use, when they built your house, you can't use any toggles in there because it's got foam. And there's really not a good way to go back here and knock that foam out so the toggle can have sheetrock to rest on. So they're just going to be right out. If you're going to try to put one on the outside wall, you better hit studs.